Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So you can pray with me. Om Agyantimirtasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Sarvupa Kadamayam Tatati Swatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavcha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagnaragunatamitam Tasavi Sadhvitam Savadvatam Krishna Setam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pradhan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kantrada Kantan Mastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishvano Sudevi Brahmami Hari Vanchakalpatu Priyascha Kripa Sindhumevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Dishitarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasti Gaur Bhakt Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bhakti Vacham Kriyat Kripatam Vishikunditaranam Brahmandamanshikchan Mishra Hari Om Tassat Narayan Namaskritya Naram Chevanantam Devim Satsvyantato Jamadirya Ashtanga Shabdrishkita Bhavsaya Bhakti Dushlaki Bhakti Bhakti Nistiki. Okay, here we are. So, I was saying it's a very wonderful opportunity, and I'd like to thank Mahaprabhu Prabhu to give me the opportunity today. I'm very fortunate. It's a day before Gita Jayanti and also Kadashi, Moksha Kadashi tomorrow, so very nice day today to preach. There's some devotees out there preaching, and we have Purnima distributing Prabhupada's books. Verse 1868, Krishna says that if you spread my glories, then you are very dear to me, and you will get pure devotional service, and you will definitely come back to me. So this is, this is what he finishes with. After all, the Bhagavad-Gita finishes saying that you will come back to me if you preach. So I'm so fortunate to have the opportunity to preach, and I think we should all preach at some level or other, whether you're preaching to family or friends or just out there distributing books. Preach to strangers. You can preach to anyone. It's not a problem, up to what you know, preach. And thing is, Srila Prabhupada says that if you don't preach, then it's like, we have the COVID pandemic. There's a pandemic going on, and you have the antidote, because we've got it, but you're not sharing it. So it's like that. This is how important it is to preach. You have the solution. People's problem of the soul, they come back again and again. You can solve that problem. But if you don't share it, then you're withholding. And what are you withholding? Withholding something you got for free. Prabhupada gave us all this knowledge for free. And if you don't share something that you got for free, then you lose it. Simple as that. You haven't paid for it. You got it for free, and you still want to keep it. So this is how important it is to preach and to spread this knowledge. Pass on the books. These books are conscious. They will sell themselves. You just need to be out there. Be an instrument, and the books will sell themselves. Krishna is in the books. He will sell. Srila Prabhupada's blessings are in those books. They will sell. Just get out there and distribute those books. And Srila Prabhupada also says that sometimes we get discouraged oh, I was there and I spoke to someone, they just fought me off, they didn't listen, or they listened, I've spent time, and nothing happened. But that is not the case. It's like wet grass. When you light wet grass, the fire goes out. You light it, the fire goes out. And you think, oh, the grass is wet, so no point. But you understand, the wet grass is now moist grass. Because the fire has dried up a lot of the water. So you light it again. Still the fire goes out. You think, well, what's the point? But now the moist grass is dry grass. So sooner or later, that grass will light. So don't give up, just because somebody didn't listen to you. They will listen eventually. They will come around. You keep lighting the fire of Krishna consciousness onto their consciousness, which is wet. Once the grass is dry, then it will light one day. And they'll thank you for it. So, what can you say? Now, Srila Prabhupada, when he was about to leave his body, they asked him, Prabhupada, do you have any regrets? Srila Prabhupada says, well, I don't have any regrets. I think, my students, disciples, done really well. If I was to say that I have a regret, I would say that I wish I could have served Krishna a little bit more. So that's the attitude we should have, that it's never enough. We can always do more. Right? So we're going on to this verse now, 725. Now chapter 6, we're talking about the topmost yogi. And what is a topmost yogi? And Krishna mentions that someone who abides in me with great faith. So Arjuna wants to know, how does he get great faith? Abiding in great faith, but where does that faith come from? And Lord Krishna tells him, there's a dialogue going on between Arjuna and Krishna, as you know. So Lord Krishna tells him, well, he gets that faith by the knowledge he gets from, because the knowledge been going on from gave to the sun to the Vivaswan and King Ikshvaku. This knowledge been traveling down this big succession ever since. So if you have the transcendental knowledge, so it's knowledge of the Absolute, chapter 7. That's why Krishna now says again, the faith comes from the knowledge, so you must have knowledge. You can't only chant and think, and everything. You will get the second type of knowledge, but you must have the first type of knowledge to know why you're chanting in the first place. Isn't it? You must know why you're doing what you're doing. And once you reach a certain level, then Krishna will give you knowledge from within, and then you have that knowledge how to get close to the Dhamma Buddhi, Yoga and Dhamma. You'll get that as well. But first you must have the first type of knowledge, which is explained here in the Bhagavad-Gita. So chapter 7 talks about, Krishna starts talking about his different energies, how they pervade the whole universe. And then he talks about people who surrender to him. And then he talks about people who don't surrender to him. And eventually in the last 5 verses, starting from today, for this verse here, 725, Krishna talks about, so if you surrender to me, then you can surpass the 3 modes of nature, illusion. But today he just wants to tell us that these people who don't surrender to me, what happens? How, and the ones who do, what's the difference? What happens to the illusion that is there? What happens to them? How I reciprocate with them? Because Krishna is reciprocal. How do I reciprocate with the different type of people? So chapter 725, if you have that verse, let's just go through it. Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavrittaha murayam nabi janati loko mam ajam avyayam. Okay, let's have some devotees reciting Rasika Prabhu.
Naham prakasha sarvasya
Naham prakasha sarvasya
yoga maya samavita
yogamaya samavita
mudoham nabhijanti
Lovam Janati
lokamam ajam avyayam.
Lokoma Ajam Abhyam. And one Mataji.
I can't, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Naham prakasha sarvasya
Naham
Prakasha Sarvasya
yogamaya samavrata
Yogamaya Samavrita
mudoyam navijanati
Mudoyam Abhijanati
lokamam ajamavayam.
Lokoma Ajam Abhyam. Thank you, Mataji. So, Na, no, Aham, I, Prakasha, manifest, Sarvasya, to everyone, Yogmaya, by internal potency, Samavrita, covered, Mura, foolish, Ayam, these, Na, not, Abhijanati, can understand, Lokha, persons, Mam, may, Ajam, unborn, Avyayam, inexhaustible. So I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them I am covered by my internal potency, and therefore they don't know that I am unborn and infallible. So Krishna declares this about these foolish and unintelligent people. So purport, very nice. Somebody would like to just go through it. Ajay, you want to read?
Purport by His Divine Grace, Krishna Prabhupada. May we argue that since Krishna was visible to everyone when he was present on this earth, how can it be said that he is not manifest to everyone? But actually, he was not manifest to everyone. When Krishna was present there, were only a few people who could understand him to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Assembly of Gurus, when Shishupal spoke of Krishna as being elected president of the assembly, Bhishma supported him and proclaimed him to be the Supreme God. Similarly, the Pandavas and a few others knew that he was the Supreme Lord. He was not revealed to the non-devotees and the common man. Therefore, the Bhagavad-Gita Krishna says that before his true devotees, all men consider him to be like themselves. He was manifested to his devotees as the reservoir of all pleasure. But to others, to unintelligent non-devotees, he was covered by his eternal potency. In the prayers of Bhakti in the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.819, it is said that the Lord is covered by the protection of Yoga Maya, and thus ordinary people can understand it. This Yoga Maya protection is also covered in Ishopanishad Mantra 15, which devotee prays, Hiran Mayena Putrena Satyasya Putam Mukham Tattvam Pushan Apavranam Satya Dharmaya Drishtaya. O my Lord, you are the maintainer of the entire universe, and devotion service to you is the highest religious principle. Therefore, I pray to you that it will also maintain me. Your transcendental form is covered by the Yoga Maya, whose Brahma Jyoti is the covering of eternal potency. May you kindly remove this glowing effulgence and please my seeing your Satchidananda Vigraha, your eternal form of bliss and knowledge. Supreme Personality of Godhead in his transcendental form of bliss and knowledge is covered by the eternal potency of the Brahma Jyoti, and less intelligent persons cannot see the Supreme on this account. Also in the Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14.7, there is this prayer by Brahma, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, O Super Soul, O Master of all wisdom, who can calculate your potency and pastimes in this world. You are always expanding your eternal potency, and therefore no one can understand you. Learned scientists and learned scholars will examine the atomic constitution of the material world, or even the planets, but still they are unable to calculate your energy and potency, although you're present before them. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, is not only unborn, but also avyaya, inexhaustible. His eternal form is good and knowledge, his energies are all inexhaustible.
Thank you so much. So Krishna has declared here that I don't manifest to the Buddhas, the foolish and the intelligent. So it's like that. So why doesn't he want to manifest? Doesn't cost him anything. Krishna only has to think of something and it happens. His energies are there. When he comes to this material world, all his energies come with him. So he just has to think and they will do everything. Like his internal potency, it will cover him if he wants it to. So the thing is, he doesn't manifest because that's his choice. Krishna's independent, he's Sabrat. He can do whatever he wants, he's God. He doesn't want to manifest, he won't manifest. But then he has another reason. He doesn't want to manifest because you don't want to see him anyway. People who don't want to see him, he won't impose himself. Krishna does not impose himself. And also, we have a small independence, right? We have independence to come here or not come here, eat, not eat, bow to the deities. No, we have small independence to do things, right? So Krishna says, well, you have a small independence that you don't want to know me, then it's fine. I will hide myself. Oh, his energies, they feel embarrassed that they hide him like that. So who are these foolish and intelligent people? What's the definition? It's the people who want to be independent from Krishna. They are the Buddhas or the foolish, the intelligent. They want to be separate. They don't know that we are fragmental parts of Krishna. He is the seed-giving Father. Yet they want to be separate from him. Krishna, you can't divorce Krishna. People, there's this thing now. People divorce their parents, right? They divorce their brothers and sisters. You cannot divorce Krishna because you are internally part of him. Okay, your parents in this life, maybe just your parents in this life. And really, you can't divorce them either, really, because you can't take that away, that you are part of them. For Krishna, he's eternally a part. He cannot. And yet people want to be independent of Lord Krishna. And so Krishna, and then there's others who think, oh, well, actually, I do believe in God. So God is light, or God is impersonal. There's so many, even big religions, we have like offshoots, and they have big religions who believe God is impersonal, right? Or he's some kind of light, and then we can go and mix in that light, become one, oneness. So Krishna doesn't manifest to them either because they don't want to see him. They want to see a light, or they want to see impersonality. So for them, he'll be impersonal. Right? And then here he says, to those people, I'm unborn and I'm inexhaustible. So they don't know Krishna has no beginning and Krishna has no end. They don't know that. Or they think when he comes to this world, that's when he's born and then he dies somehow. The hunter kills him and he's finished. That's Krishna, gone. But he says, I'm unborn, I'm avyayam, I'm inexhaustible. I'm imperishable, like that. So this Yog Maya covers Krishna and this Mahamaya, the other aspect of Maya. Maya is in form of Maha and also Yoga. So Mahamaya covers us who don't want to know Krishna, it will cover us. And when the Mahamaya covers us, what happens? We start thinking we are this body. Oh, I'm a female, I'm a male, and my senses are for enjoyment without Krishna, like that. Even in Corinthians, he says, eat, drink, be merry, for tomorrow we die. So enjoy yourself because you're going to die. Have fun. And there's other religions that recommend that enjoy yourself so much and exhaust your enjoyment your bucket list. And as you get older, you don't want to miss anything. You're in a panic mode. Oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do this. You want to do so much, you want to enjoy. Or if anyone says that you can enjoy so much and you can exhaust that enjoyment and then you can do bhakti, well, is that really true? I mean, you've been enjoying for millions of births. You haven't exhausted that enjoyment. How are you going to exhaust it in one birth? If you're going to exhaust it, you would exhaust it a long time ago. And this birth, you'll be just sitting there going, Narayan, Narayan. Right? You haven't exhausted, you cannot exhaust sense gratification. You cannot exhaust it. Even in this birth, you have a great time over the weekend. And you think, I'm not going to do this again. Oh God, I've got a headache. And it was great fun, but I can't handle this, not again. Come around Friday or even Wednesday, you're ready. I can't wait for the weekend. You never get fed up of. It might be fleeting and there might be a little gap in there. Come Christmas now, everybody's going to have fun. And then away to the gym 14th February. As the membership closed, monthly membership closed, back to enjoyment again. I'm on the wagon or something like that. I'm on the wagon, I'm not drinking for a while, and come around February. Well, I don't think it goes that far before back again. People, you cannot give sense gratification. Right? So we have to remember that you cannot exhaust it, doesn't matter how hard you try. And then, so this Yoga Maya, which covers Krishna, it also, the Mahamaya depletes our bhakti, Yoga Maya helps our bhakti. And this example of the gopis of Vrindavan, who were worshipping Durga, who's considered Maya Devi. They were worshipping Durga in the form of Katyayani Mata. What they were doing for 1 month, they were going to the Yamuna early in the morning, that's like now November, December month, taking a bath in the cold water of Yamuna, making the Mata out of sand, worshipping her, then eating once a day just some dal and rice, just mix it together. No spices. People who do Bishop Panchak, they know what it's like. No spices, no vegetables, just rice and dal, like really bland. And for Indian people, it's very difficult to eat bland food. You cannot do it. And I'll tell you a little bit later on, even God can't do it. It's that bad, right? So they were doing it. And why are they doing? They wanted Krishna as their husband. So they're worshipping Maya Devi, but they want Krishna as their husband. That is okay. I mean, we don't recommend we do that. We worship Maya Devi, but they were doing to get Krishna for their husband. Not anyone else, just Krishna. And then Krishna agreed later on to be their husband. And the Maya is there to stop you going to awe and reverence mode, because then you can't have a relationship with Krishna. You want him as your husband, you can't have awe and reverence. Right? I don't want to go into the husband-wife. I talk about husband and wives, but you can't, it can't be too much awe and reverence for the husband. So Maya Devi, she hides that. And Yashoda Krishna, when he opened his mouth, he showed the whole Brahman in a child's mouth. And yet she thinks he's my little Lalla, he's my baby, and Baba as well. He's my child, I have to protect him. So it speaks the Yoga Maya is working. They love him, they want a relationship with him, and they can't even think of him as being God. He's their child. They don't want him to be God. Right? In case of the gopis, after the Ras dance, Krishna was playing. Krishna loves doing pranks. He does pranks on us all the time. He has a really good sense of humor. And now we're sort of starting to understand that Krishna, he loves prank with his devotees, and we accept it. So Krishna played a prank on the gopis. He come out of the bushes with 4-hand form, and they're all on the floor, bowing down, and says, "Where is Krishna?" They don't recognize that this is Krishna himself, and they don't want to know. It's not like, we see Vishnu, we see Narayan. No. Have you seen Krishna? They're not interested. right? They want Krishna, like that. So this is the amazing thing. And for people, Krishna, he wants to hide himself. It says here, when the Rajsuya Yag was taking place, you got Duryodhan, Shishupal, Jarasandh, Shakuni, and what's Duryodhan's brother's name? Dushasan. He was there. None of them could see Krishna as a supreme person of Godhead. Bishop Patama could, and he says, I would like to have him as the president of the ceremony, and also would like to worship him. And Shishupal, he just went manic. No way. He's a cowherd boy. How can we worship a cowherd boy? They didn't want to know. And he did so many mistakes, aparadhas, that Krishna had to kill him in the end. And what for Jarasandha? He fought him 17 times. If Krishna wanted, he could have killed him straight away. But why didn't Krishna kill him? Okay, let's ask somebody. Why did they fight 17 times and Krishna still did not kill him? Anyone? Sorry, I thought you were going to say. Anyone can shout out?
I think because he wanted Jarasandha to gather more demons and come with him so that Krishna can kill all the demons and like together at a time.
Excellent. Can we give a clap, please? Perfect. So Krishna is very strategic. He said, let him go back to base and get more of the bad boys together, and then he'll kill them. He doesn't have to go after them, they come to him to be killed. And this is why the Mahabharata, he got all them under one roof, or in this guy under one area, in one battlefield, and killed all of them, millions of them. So what a great strategy. Let them get together, regroup, as they say, and then come again, kill 17 times. Jarasandha should have realized that this is not going to happen. You're not going to kill Krishna, but yet he kept on going. But anyway, it served Krishna's purpose. That's the thing. And when we come to the temple, we come here. Do we see the deities? We see some deities made out of wood or brass. What Prabhupada says, if that's what you see, then that's what they will be to you. Or do we see them as God Himself, right? And Srila Prabhupada gave a class in the United States, and he was talking about the US mail. He says, you got the building of the post office, and then you have post boxes all around the country. Now you put your post in the post box, it will get to its destination. Why? Because it's authorized. It says US mail. It's authorized box. It will make sure your message gets there. So it's like that. All temples, they are authorized. The worship is authorized. The deities are authorized. So when we see them, they are part of that supreme. It's the extension of the Lord Himself. It's not like they are just material. They are spiritual. So we could understand. And Krishna